I am giving away an ultimate Descendant of your choosing. I haven't even got one for myself yet, but to pay back to all the nice support I've been having lately, let's give one away. If there's enough interest, I might do some more in the future. So yeah, it's going to be cool and it's going to be fun. Make sure you hit the like button on this video, subscribe, and put notifications on if you want. If you want to, you don't have to, but make sure you subscribe. And leave a comment down below telling me who your favorite Descendant is and why, because I want to see some funny, silly comments. Enjoy the video. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about something you should be farming right now for the next 4 days, so that when ultimate Valby drops you are prepared. If you are going to buy her, definitely do this. If you're going to start researching her straight away, you are going to need a good reactor, and that's what we're going to talk about today, the reactor. So this is my Valby and my current reactor for non-attribute skill and dimension skill power. This reactor is not available to farm right now, but will be next week, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. So the other role you are looking for is non-attribute skill and fusion skill power boost ratio. If, like most people, you are using Thunder Cage, a Thunder Cage mounting is going to be necessary, and I'm going to show you where to farm it this week for the next 4 days. It's very easy, very fast, very efficient. But I want to talk about everything in general, including Ultimate Valby's Transcendent modules. So let's look at her abilities. This one is the one I use, right? Clean up, non-attribute dimension. This is my main source of damage for skills, and also as well I use supply moisture, which means that when I'm standing in water I'm doing more damage more often due to the crit increase. So for me, this is my setup. That's why I wanted that reactor that I have currently. But 2 of these moves are changing when it comes to the Transcendent mods, and I'm assuming they keep the same attributes or non-attributes. So I'm assuming Plop Plop, when that changes, will still be non-attribute and dimension, and Bubble Bullet, when that changes, will be non-attribute fusion. And that's why if you don't have a reactor yet, you need to be farming one, because this move could be unbelievable in terms of damage, and I'll get into why. But first and foremost, let's look at Plop Plop. So this is being changed to Hydro Pressure Bomb. Instead of Plop Plop, it leaps forward and deals damage to enemies around the landing area. The more enemies in laundry state, the more powerful the damage, making Hydro Pressure Bomb a strong finishing blow. Instead of diving into water, leap joyfully forward. So her usual one is she comes up from underneath, kicks everyone down, knocks them down, and then leaves water on the floor to damage them. It now looks like the new one is going to be similar to Ajax's Stomp, where he jumps up, lands, and does like a big wave of damage. But this one will get more powerful when you have more people with the laundry state. So it's going to be the sake that you put, as much cleanup onto as many people as possible, so they're all hit with laundry, and then do your big stomping move and do damage to them all. That is going to be what you need to do. And the reactor that I have currently works perfectly for that, because it's non-attribute and dimension. The intrinsic perks I have are skill cooldown and non-attribute skill power boost ratio. We'll go into what you want on a reactor a little bit later, but all in all, I have the reactor set up for me if I wanted to use the Hydro Pressure Bomb Transcendent mod on Ultimate Valby. So the other Transcendent mod is Spiral Tidal Wave. It replaces the Bubble Bullet, which was difficult to aim, with a projectile that flies straight. It also will do more damage, at least that's what they imply, to the new Void Intercept boss Gluttony. So it's going to go from a bouncing bullet like this to basically a little fireball that goes straight ahead. But if it keeps the same properties as Bubble Bullet, this could be an unbelievable Transcendent mod, because the further you are away from an enemy with this Bubble Bullet, the more damage it does on hit. See, that was just under 500,000 on a normal hit, not even a crit hit. If I get close to one of these enemies and I do it from here, it's only 229,000. So the further you are away, the more damage. And if I can get a crit, you can see that it will do tremendous amount of damage. I've hit up to 750,000 on enemies, but all in all, you can see that you can get anywhere from 200,000 to 400,000 in terms of damage just from being further away. Boom. There we go. If this has the same properties from range, and you can throw this straight fireball and do similar amounts of damage, this is going to be broken. Absolutely broken, in my opinion. And the reason why it's not used as much right now is because the ball will act where wherever it bounces, it will move forward from there. So if you're on any kind of incline, the ball just goes sporadic all over the place. So it went to here and then counted this as the next forward move and went back on itself. So if you're in a room or a small area where there's loads of like little hills and stuff, or little like things that are getting away, you will not be able to control where your ball goes. The only real damage you get from it is standing on top of an enemy and dropping it on them, which obviously is reduced damage. So if you didn't have to worry about the inclines and stuff and it just fire a straight fireball straight ahead, you can do tremendous damage with this, especially if it keeps the same properties as Bubble Bullet. So if you didn't know, reactors can be farmed week to week. They change. So this one here, the materialized phase reactor, isn't in the game right now to farm, but it is going to be available next week from Echo Swamp. To get this information, you go into your map and at the bottom it says difficulty level rewards. I believe when you're on hard you get that. You click it and it brings up a menu like this. Then you can search for anything. So if I want a Thunder Cage mounted reactor, I need to search for a weapon that's general rounds. This will show all the reactors across the entire planet with their element types and what their subtype is, but all of them will be general rounds. Then you can narrow it down. So if I go over here to non-attribute, which is what I'm looking for, it shows me that the two that are able to farm this week are Tech and Fusion, and we want Fusion for Ultimate Valby. So when you click on it and track it, it will show you in this area, repository on Sterile Lands, anything here that drops a reactor will drop that reactor. But this week you can do Kyper mine, and this is why I'm saying do it right now, because you might as well be farming for Kyper shards and gold and weapon proficiency and XP if you need it, while also working towards getting a reactor that's perfect for Ultimate Valby. Also here as well, you can see what each of these little symbols mean. So singular is like a little tiny ball, dimension is like a sideways Superman S, and you know, fusion is like a little orby. I don't even know how to explain that, but each of them have their own symbol. So if you learn what these symbols are, you can go in and see what's going to be available the next week. So in 4 days, 13 hours from when I'm recording this, on Kingston you will get non-dimension for the purple ammo, and I think that's Tech. So if you need a reactor of those things, it's going to be available next week. And you can go through this yourself and look at whatever's coming in the future towards you. So say you need a fire general rounds dimension, I think that is. You'll have to wait until 4 weeks or 3 weeks from now. So if we go down to Echo Swamp, you can see that general rounds for the Thunder Cage, non-attribute, and dimension are going to be available next week from Echo Swamp. So if you're looking for the one that I currently have to help with Ultimate Valby, you'll be able to get it next week. But this week, on this part of the planet, in Sterile Land, we have the Kyper mine mission, which we're going to do. I'll show you how many actually I get drop and what kind of roles they have, and talk about what roles we want in terms of the intrinsic perks. So I've just started it now. I've got about 5 minutes left to go, and then we'll see how many drop for me. I think you probably get roughly about 10 to 15 every single run, but obviously because it's just a general rounds reactor, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be Thunder Cages. So I might get 15 to 20 of them and never get a Thunder Cage one. That's why you're going to have to farm this mission, and that's why I said this is the best time to do it before next week, because you can do this Kyper mine mission and get Kyper shards, XP, weapon proficiency, everything you need. And also as well, there are always a lot of people here doing the same kind of grinds, so it's going to be made a little bit easier. But I'm going to finish this up and we'll talk about what I got in terms of drops. As you can see, I got quite a decent amount of rewards. 14,000 Kyper, there's still some on the floor, and 260,000 ish gold, and with any boosts, you know, I'm getting more and more. So let's now go and look at the reactors that I got. So I am only looking for Thunder Cages. So I have already had 2 today that are kept skill cost, but only additional skill when attacking Order of Truth is not that great. But I thought I'd keep it in case I didn't get anything better. And same with that, I got the non-attribute skill power boost. So hopefully we get some stuff here. Okay, skill effect range. I don't know how that would affect the bubble. Fire skill power boost ratio. I'm going to keep it just for that skill effect range, just to test it and see what it's like, but it's not a very good one in my opinion. Any more Thunder Cages? Probably not. No, my luck. Let's have a look. Oh, one more. Okay, skill effect range and skill duration up. This would be great if it wasn't a bubble bullet. If there's anything else, there'd be 2 great perks. I'm not even going to bother keeping that one. Give me another Thunder Cage. There we go, another one. Right, skill duration up and skill cooldown. That's a very useful one for the skill cooldown. The skill duration up, I don't know how that works, if it will work with the new bullet, the spiral tidal wave, but I'll keep it just in case. Let's have a look down here. Any more Thunder Cages? No. Okay, so just in that one run, you know, I got 2 that I'll give a good try out and see what they're like, and I think 1 that would just be like, maybe we'll see what happens. So you should be farming this right now, especially if you are going to invest into Ultimate Valby, which I think I might have to purchase her because I love Valby. I just hope the skins can carry over because I really love this skin. I think it's one of the best looking skins in the game, and I've colored it so well with the pink and stuff and the blue. I think it just looks amazing. So hopefully this skin will carry over to the ultimate one, because I already have to spend so much money to get back all of these bloody sockets that I put on my ultimate Valby. So I'm gonna have to do all that again now, but hopefully ultimate Valby is going to be good. Let me know what you're thinking down below in the comment section. Make sure you're farming this. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been easy now. You guys have been awesome.